Okay, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, here is your reading for February. So, first, there is a need for you to raise your vibration. Maybe your vibration right now is a little low. It's not up to par to where it needs to be or where it can be. Whatever it is that you need to do to raise your vibration, to eliminate certain things and add certain things, that's what you need to do. I'm hearing that some of you that you may consume too much alcohol, you need to watch your alcohol intake and really lessen how much you are consuming, because that itself is lowering your vibration. You also need to spend more time in prayer. You do not pray enough. As simple as that. I'm going to bring it to you straightforward. You do not pray enough. You pray when you need something, but you don't pray enough. Or you may pray, because you feel like it's the right thing to do in a certain setting. But at the end of the day, it's like your prayers, you're going through the motions. You're not really, your heart is not in it. Your flesh is praying, excuse me. Your flesh, okay, playing. Your flesh is playing prayer. It's like it's playing a game. It's like, let me just go ahead and do this so I can play the game, right? But nah, like your flesh is praying while your soul is not really praying. So you definitely need to pray more. You need to also you need to spend more time in solitude, however it is that you can. And I get that some of you that I'm talking to, you have children, you have families, you have careers, you have moments of that. But if this has to be where you have to take some time during a break or whatever to just spend time where you just eliminate all distractions, no other noise, get off of social media, just sit in silence and just be to yourself. You may have to start doing some things where you may have to get up maybe an hour or 30 minutes early before you normally get up, just to have that time in solitude so that you can be more to yourself, because you got to start connecting with yourself more. You got to come from a more grounded state, a more grounded place, instead of coming from this place of being just ungrounded, unbalanced, just in survival. Okay, next. That's all I have for that one. But when there is a will, there is a way. Whatever it is that you are wanting to do, even if you think there is no way to get it, even if you feel like you don't know how this is going to work itself out, there will be a way that will present itself for it to work itself out. Oh, and that goes into your prayer. You have to pray more for the things that you need, pray more for the things that you want, because when pray and ask God for the wisdom, for the guidance on helping you to get there. You're trying to do a lot of these things on your own, but you need to have God's assistance. The way that God makes a way out of no way. Even if there is no way presenting itself, even if things are deemed impossible, God makes things possible. God makes the impossible always possible. God makes a way out of no way, out of thin air. God can create something. You just have to hold on to that faith. The Lord said that if you would even have faith as small as a mustard seed, it is enough to get you to where you need to be. You have to increase your faith. That is another way for you raising your vibration, is for you to increase your faith more. Believe more in God. Have more gratitude for what God has already given you and what God continues to give you. Do you ever really stop and actually thank God for all that you have? Do you express gratitude for everything that you have? Do you express gratitude to the people around you, to your spouse, to your partner, to your children, to your families, to your coworkers, colleagues, employers, bosses, managers? Do you ever give gratitude to anyone? Or even if it's just people that just help you out and do certain, like just random strangers that you see amongst just everyday life, do you give them gratitude? Show more gratitude. That's another way for you to raise your vibration. You need to grow more within your faith. You need to spend a little bit more time with God. You need to maybe start pouring more into yourself, of pouring more into that faith. If that is reading the Bible more, or if that is something that you cannot do, God will meet you where you are. Even if it's things of you just listening to sermons, listening to ministers, listening to pastors, listening to preachers, listening to prophetic words, listening to whatever it is that you can help feed your spirit, help feed your soul, to help you increase that faith. Listening to certain podcasts, things that you know are spirit based or even Bible based, anything that can help you to increase the faith that you have within God, to know like this is how you can change the trajectory of your life. Because when your faith increases, so does the rest of your life. Your faith gets better, and your life gets better and expands when your faith gets better. So God will make a way out of no way. Even if there is something that you want right now and you feel like there's no way that you're going to get it, you will get it, and God will make a way. You got to just pray to God, to ask God for the guidance, and be open to receiving on what that is. Because baby, manifesting is your superpower. You, whenever it is that you want something really, really badly, and you pray on it, you hope for it, and you are optimistic about it, you believe that you can have it, and you work for it, it comes. Keep that same energy with every single thing that you want, but make sure that you are adding more of that prayer into it. It's heavily on the prayer. For whatever reason, you're not praying enough, and God wants you to pray, because God wants to talk to you. God wants to say some things to you. But if you're constantly not paying attention, you're constantly ignoring God, how can God talk to you and tell you what you need to know if you're not spending time talking to God? Also, remember that the relationships that you have with other people are assignments. You have assignments with other people for whatever that assignment is, and sometimes those assignments are for a season. Like this person is just in your life for a certain season, and they've helped you in life, and either they move on and move to someplace different, or you move on to move something different, or maybe you all just venture off and go your separate ways. You had them for a season, but they were there for a reason. Some people are in your life for a lifetime. They are in your life for a lifetime, because that is the assignment that you have on your life. And because these people are in your life for a lifetime, you have to approach the situation in this relationship better, a better version of yourself. You have to continue to grow. The way that this relationship will maintain itself is for you to grow, as a better version of yourself. It's not always up to the other person to grow and to change. It's up for you to change as well too. If you feel like everybody else is the only people that have to change and you don't have to change, you're not doing enough work on yourself, baby. I'm sorry to yell at you, but you're not doing enough work on yourself to grow and to increase and expand on your own self if you're expecting everybody else to do all the work. If you're expecting everybody else to do everything else and you don't have to do much, that is exactly why the relationships that you have with people that are long-term, lifelong lasting have struggles and issues, because you're not focusing on growing within yourself. There are some people that are committed to this for life. They're like, yes, I'm going to be in this for life. I'm not going nowhere. You have to get better at becoming a better version of yourself. What are things that you have done wrong? What are things that you are continuing to do wrong? How can you do better? How can you be better? You have to become a better version of yourself. You have to do some soul searching. You have to do some self-reflecting. You have to look in the mirror. You have to recognize your mistakes and correct those mistakes. Be teachable. Whatever help that you need to get yourself better, do so. If you need a mentor, if you need a therapist, absolutely wonderful. It's not a bad thing, not to shame you, but that will be something that will help you to grow into the version that you need to be, baby. Because you are a person where you love love, you love to be loved, and you love to give love, and that is how you fulfill yourself. That is with love. Love is the healer of all. So you have to learn how to love yourself more on a deeper level, deeper beneath the surface, on fulfilling your soul. So that way you can embody that and you can give that to everybody else, to give to your spouse, to your partner, to your children, to your families, to your coworkers, to just your colleagues, people that you come across in your daily life, in your career. You have to be able to give more people the love that already exists inside of you. And if you feel that there is a lack of love that you can give to others, it's because there is a lack of love that you have to give for yourself, baby. This reader really is calling you out, Taurus, or Sun, Moon, and Rising, because for whatever reason, you have just been putting your own self-care and your self-love on the back burner, and you have put your living and thriving on the back burner, and you've just been merely surviving. Life is more than just surviving. Surviving is not living. You gotta pour more love into yourself, be more in the presence of God, increase your faith, Increase your relationship with God, and that is how your life is going to get better. Do you want your life to get better? Have a better relationship with God. That is where you start. And I'm going to end it there.